Welcome to episode number 314, where I'm going to talk about Ayurvedic herbs, which are beneficial for the liver. And it's coming to that time of year, holiday season, where there's going to be a lot of stress, holiday gatherings, lots of rich food, and maybe some alcohol. So the liver is going to need some help around this time of year. Hi there, I'm your host Colette, and on this podcast I will be sharing the teachings of Ayurveda, yoga, and holistic health practices. Now, if you're new to Ayurveda, I recommend checking out the first couple of episodes where I do an introduction to Ayurveda and the mind-body types. Thanks for listening, and now here's a new episode. Hi there, and welcome back to the Elements of Ayurveda podcast. This is a solo episode, and I'm going to dive into some Ayurvedic herbs that are beneficial for the liver. And I'm particularly focusing on the liver at this time of year as we're about to enter holiday season, starting very soon with Thanksgiving in the US. And as we know, during holiday season, not only could this result in a lot of stress, but a lot of stress on our liver as well, with all these holiday gatherings, rich food, and maybe some alcohol too. So our liver is under a lot of stress during this time. So I thought it'd be a good time to discuss about the liver and to talk about some herbs that are beneficial for this really vital organ. So before I go into detail on the herbs, let's take a look at this very important organ, which is called Yakrut in Ayurveda. Ya means circulation, and Krut means action. The liver is considered the home of the Pitta dosha in Ayurveda. The fiery, transformative energy of Pitta enables the liver to carry out its many functions of digesting, filtering, detoxifying, metabolizing, and manufacturing essential compounds. When we eat, the digestive process starts in the mouth and then continues to the stomach, where our main Agni or digestive fire, Jathara Agni, breaks down the food. It then moves to the duodenum, into the small intestine and colon. Now, throughout this digestive process, the food is converted into ahara rasa. Ahara means food, and one of the meanings of rasa is juice. So ahara rasa is the juice of our digested food, the essence of our food, which contains all the 5 elements, and it's absorbed into the bloodstream and carried to the liver for further processing. Blood flows from the intestines, stomach, and spleen into the liver via the hepatic portal vein. Now, Bhuta Agni is the fire energy present in the liver in the form of liver enzymes, which converts ahara rasa from our digestive food into a biologically available form the body can use in the process of nutrition of the 7 dhatus, or the 7 tissues of the body. And I'm always mentioning this episode, but it's an important episode. But I discussed the process of nutrition of the dhatus in detail in episode number 92, titled Ayurvedic Nutrition of the Dhatus. The liver not only aids in the digestion and transformation of our food, but it's really a complex organ with many important functions, including generating red blood cells, and it also acts as a reservoir of blood, regulating the blood volume in the body. The liver produces bile, and bile is Ranjaka Pitta, which helps to break down fat and control cholesterol levels. The liver processes and stores fat. Bhuta Agni, the fire energy in the liver, stimulates Meda Agni, the fire energy in the fat tissue, to nourish Meda Dhatu, our fat tissue. An imbalance in this process can result in high cholesterol. Ranjaka Agni, the fire component of Ranjaka Pitta, governs the transformation of Rasa Dhatu into the immature form of Rakta Dhatu. Now, Rakta means red, and Rakta Dhatu represents the red blood cells in the body. Bhuta Agni is involved in hormone creation and metabolism, thereby nourishing Maja Dhatu, our nervous tissue, and Shukra Dhatu, the reproductive tissues. The liver produces proteins and blood clotting compounds. The liver controls the amount of glucose or sugar in our bloodstream and stores extra glucose, converting glucose into glycogen, which is stored in our muscles, thereby nourishing Mamsa Dhatu. The liver maintains the acid-alkaline balance of the body. The liver stores and metabolizes vitamins and minerals, nourishing Ashti Dhatu. The liver filters the blood of toxic substances, including alcohol, and is part of our immune system, helping us to fight off infection. The liver is also the seat of the fiery emotions of aggravated pitta, the emotions of anger, hate, envy, and jealousy. The liver can process and metabolize these emotions, but only when we bring them to our awareness for healing. However, suppressed emotions will cause stress on the liver. And this is why it's so important to process those emotions and make sure that we're not suppressing them, as they can cause stress on the liver and throughout the body. The blood is then carried out of the liver through the hepatic veins to the heart and circulated around the body. And as you can see, our liver carries out numerous vital functions and nourishes all 7 dhatus or tissues of the body. And this is why we cannot live without our liver. Now I'm going to talk about specific herbs that are beneficial for the liver. And the herbs I discussed today have numerous benefits, but I'm just going to focus on their benefits for the liver. I'm going to take a look at Bhumamalaki, Guduchi, Jasmine, Kalamegha, Kutki, and Turmeric. So let's start with Bhumamalaki, which means the Amalaki of the earth in Sanskrit, as it's a small shrub and it resembles the Amalaki tree. It is an important liver protecting herb. So let's take a look at the energetics. The rasa or taste is bitter, astringent, and sweet. The virya or energy is cooling. The vipak or post-digestive effect, sweet. The guna or qualities are dry and light. And the effect in the doshas is pacifying for pitta and kapha, however, does aggravate vata. And the effect on the dhatus or tissues, well, it affects plasma tissue or rasa dhatu, the blood or rakta dhatu, the fat tissue, meda dhatu, and the reproductive tissues, shukra dhatu. And it has affinity for the following channels: the digestive channel or anavahashrotas, the urinary channel or mutravahashrotas, and the reproductive channel, shukravahashrotas. And its prabhava or special effect is on the liver and increasing the strength of the liver. Bhumamalaki balances Ranjaka Pitta with its bitter taste and cooling qualities, promoting the production of bile and the removal of toxins from the body. Its anti-inflammatory properties help in treating liver cirrhosis, a type of liver damage where the healthy cells are replaced by scar tissue. Its anti-inflammatory properties also help with bile difficulties and any damage to the liver tissues. Bhumamalaki is a great tonic, regulating liver function and improving the overall health of the liver. And studies have shown that Bhumamalaki enhances liver cell recovery after mild to moderate alcohol exposure. Okay, so that's Bhumamalaki, and now we're going to move on to Guduchi. Guduchi is a Sanskrit word which means that which protects the body from diseases. Another name for this herb is Amrita, which means divine nectar according to Hindu mythology. So let's take a look at the energetics of Guduchi. The rasa or taste, bitter, astringent, and pungent. The virya or energy is heating. The vipak or post-digestive effect is sweet. The gunas or qualities, light and unctuous. And it's tri-doshic, so balancing for all three, but primarily beneficial for vata and pitta. And the effect on the dhatus or tissues, well, it's effective for plasma tissue or rasa dhatu, blood, rakta dhatu, muscle, mamsa dhatu, fat, meda dhatu, nerve, maja dhatu, and the reproductive tissues, shukra dhatu. And it has affinity for the following channels: the circulatory channel or raktavahashrotas and the digestive channel, anavahashrotas. And its prabhava, or special effect, is to clear ama or toxins in the body. These energetics and Guduchi's anti-inflammatory, adaptogen, and rejuvenating properties help in cases of liver damage and aggravated Ranjaka Pitta. It supports the liver by secreting bile and brings the liver enzymes to normal levels. And it is a powerful liver tonic that is used to treat several liver conditions and promotes the growth of healthy liver cells. And as I said, when listing the energetics, Guduchi's prabhava, or special effect, is to clear ama or toxins in the body. It helps to destroy toxins and cleanses the blood, removing toxic waste from the body, and supports the production of powerful liver protective enzymes. So Guduchi has many other beneficial properties, including all these beneficial properties for the liver. So let's take a look at jasmine next. And I think we're all familiar with jasmine, that small little white flower with a powerful scent. And it's called jati in Sanskrit. It's considered to be very sattvic, helping to open up the heart chakra, which is very beneficial for any of those fiery emotions of aggravated pitta affecting the liver. So let's take a look at the energetics of jasmine. The rasa, or taste, bitter and astringent. The virya, or energy, is cooling. The vipak, or post-digestive effect, is pungent. The gunas, or qualities, are light and dry. The effect on the doshas, what is tridoshic, but can increase vata in excess. And the effect on the dhatus, or tissues, what is effective for plasma, or rasa dhatu, blood, rakta dhatu, bone tissue, ashti dhatu, the nerve tissue, maja dhatu, and the reproductive tissue, shukra dhatu. And it has an affinity for the following channels: the nervous channel, or maja vahashrotas, the reproductive channel, or shukra vahashrotas, and the circulatory channel, rakta vahashrotas. Now, jasmine's cooling energy helps to calm an irritated and hot nervous system, helping with stress and burnout. It pacifies Ranjaka Pitta in the liver, and it helps to heal the liver in conditions like hepatitis, and is used to manage the pain caused by liver scarring in conditions like cirrhosis. And so it can be really beneficial to enjoy the taste and smell of a jasmine tea throughout the stressful holiday season, which can bring lots of sattvic benefits to the body and mind. So that's maybe something you can enjoy throughout the holiday season to protect your liver and to keep your body and mind in a calm and sattvic place. Okay, looking now next at Kalamegha. Kalamegha is known as the king of the bitters, and in Sanskrit it is called Muniba, which means neem of the earth, hinting to its bitter taste and the effects on the body. Now, I've already spoken about Kalamegha in a previous episode, but I wanted to repeat it here because it's really beneficial for the liver. And needless to say, it's very bitter, but given that it's called the neem of the earth. So let's take a look at its energetics. The rasa, or taste, is bitter. The virya, or energy, is cooling. The vipak, or post-digestive effect, pungent. The gunas, or qualities, light, dry, and penetrating. The effect on the doshas, well, it's balancing for pitta and kapha, but will aggravate vata. The effect on the dhatus, or tissues, what is effective for plasma, or rasa dhatu, and the blood, or rakta dhatu. And it has affinity for the following channels: the digestive channel, or anavahashrotas, the respiratory channel, or pranavahashrotas, the circulatory channel, rakta vahashrotas, and the urinary channel, mutra vahashrotas. Now, Kalamegha's bitter taste, cooling energy, and penetrating quality helps to clear liver inflammation and infections. And it's particularly great for pacifying pitta in the body. And in the case of the liver, useful for pacifying pitta in the blood and Ranjaka Pitta. It increases bile flow and is considered a hepatoprotective, which means it protects against liver damage. This bitter tonic, with its ability to break up accumulations in the body, remove toxins, purify the blood, and antiviral action, helps in all forms of sluggish liver, whether it be from alcohol or reduced ability to digest fats. Kalamegha enhances the optional function of the liver during times of stress also. Okay, so let's move on to the next herb, which is Kutki. Kutki is a bitter root which grows in the high altitudes in the Himalayas. So let's take a look at the energetics of Kutki. The rasa or taste is bitter and pungent. The virya or energy is cooling. The vipak or post-digestive effect, pungent. The gunas or qualities are dry and light. The effect on the doshas, pacifying for kapha and pitta, but will aggravate vata. And the effect on the dhatus or tissues, or is effective for plasma or rasa dhatu, the blood, rakta dhatu, fat tissue, meda dhatu, nerve tissue, maja dhatu, and the reproductive tissue, shukra dhatu. And it has affinity for the following channels: the circulatory channel, Rakta Vahashrotas, the elimination channel, Parisha Vahashrotas, the digestive channel, Ana Vahashrotas, the respiratory channel, Prana Vahashrotas, the nervous channel, Maja Vahashrotas, and the female reproductive channel, Artava Vahashrotas. Kutki, with its bitter taste and cooling energy, is a great pitta pacifier and anti-inflammatory, helping to reduce heat in the blood. It's a hepatoprotective herb, meaning that it protects against liver damage with its detoxifying, antibacterial, and antimicrobial properties. Kutki increases bile flow and is useful in all forms of liver damage and infections. And finally, we're going to discuss turmeric. And I talked about turmeric as being beneficial for the joints in a previous episode, but it's also extremely beneficial for the liver. It's called haridra in Sanskrit, which means yellow, and its color hints to its affinity with the liver. So let's take a look at the energetics of turmeric. The rasa or taste, pungent, bitter, and astringent. The virya or energy is heating. Post-digestive effect or vipak is pungent. The gunas or qualities, dry and light. The effect on the doshas, tridoshic, but in excess it can aggravate vata and pitta. The effect on the dhatus or tissues, it affects all 7 dhatus, all 7 tissues of the body. And it has an affinity for the following channels: the digestive channel, Ana Vahashrotas, the circulatory channel, Rakta Vahashrotas, the respiratory channel, Prana Vahashrotas, and the female reproductive channel, Artava Vahashrotas. Turmeric has a stimulating effect on the liver and Dranjaka pitta, removing any stagnation with its scraping quality and improving the flow of blood and increasing bile output. It's a blood purifier and an excellent remedy for liver disorders owing to its anti-inflammatory action. It is also a potent antioxidant, protecting the liver from toxins and pathogens. And it's a great spice to include in your diet to promote liver function, which is one of its many benefits. And turmeric is something that you could use throughout the holiday season, including it in your cooking, maybe having a turmeric tea, or maybe making that golden milk. I shared that recipe with you in a previous episode, and I'll add it here again. So check out the show notes and I'll link to that recipe again for the turmeric golden milk. So they are just some herbs that are beneficial for the liver. And as always, please seek out professional advice before taking any of these herbs. I can't stress that enough. Really important. You know, the turmeric and the jasmine, we can introduce those as spices or teas into the diet. But when it comes to the herbs, you really want to make sure that you're taking the right herb for you. And if you're looking for support on your Ayurvedic journey, please check out my online services in the show notes or visit my website, elementshealingandwellbeing.com. And if you're looking for some liver support post-holiday season, I do have a discounted group Digestive Reset Cleanse starting February 2nd, 2024. I like to do this cleanse at the start of the year because we can feel a little stodgy and stagnant after the holiday season. Like I said, there's been a lot of rich food, maybe some alcohol, maybe we've been traveling, a little bit of extra stress around the holidays, and it can really leave us wiped out and our digestive system feeling a little sensitive also. So maybe this is a great gift of health for yourself or for somebody else this holiday season. I do offer gift vouchers. You can find that on my website or just get in touch with me and I can give you a gift voucher, or maybe you're just going to gift yourself the gift of health and well-being. So you'll find all that link in the show notes, or visit my website, elementshealingandwellbeing.com, and you'll see my other online services there, online consultations. I also offer private Digestive Reset Cleanse. So if that date of the group discount cleanse, February 2nd, doesn't work for you, you can choose your own dates. And I offer the educational program of the Daily Habits for Holistic Health program. Also, that's a 28-day online self-paced program. And of course, if you have any questions, please book that free 15-minute online services inquiry call. We can hop on Zoom and I can answer all of your questions. I also want to let you know that I do have the retreat coming up in December. So I am going to be taking some time off in December. So just be aware of that my time will be limited in December. And then I will be back in full force in January to prepare for that group Digestive Reset Cleanse starting February 2nd. Okay, so there you go. There are my tips for the liver. Take good care of your liver over the holiday season, and wishing you all a very happy holiday season. It's already starting, so enjoy it all and take good care of yourself during this time. Take good care of your body and mind with your daily dinacharya. And if you think that this episode will be helpful to family or friends, please share it with them, and we can spread this education on Ayurvedic herbs for the liver. And if you haven't already subscribed or followed the podcast, please do so, and the new episodes will automatically download for you. And if you would like to rate and review the podcast, I would really appreciate that. And that will help others find this Ayurvedic wisdom also. You can find me on social media under Elements Healing and Wellbeing on Facebook, and on Instagram. My new Instagram page is Elements of Ayurveda Podcast. So please come check me out there. And until next time, take good care of yourself, be well, and bye for now. Slán go fóill.